So this it makes no sense. Unless he's just calling him fat, in which case fair play. But that's not what he's saying. Pippa's funny.
Yeah, I'll be real, man.
Funny
Every time I
looking.
ever do anything-
If you've ever wondered, guys, we've asked the question many times. How brain damaged would you have to be to like Nux content? The answer is this brain damaged. The answer, this brain damaged. No idea who he is though, guys. No idea who Chud is though. No idea who he is. Who is he? Imagine Hassan without the constraints of Twitch TOS.
For a year and a half.
Completely
and then when I got
unchanged.
Divorced,
Not just
I
given
was
some
like, damn,
leniency.
I'm lonely as fuck.
So, Tectone. Tectone. Hopefully we all know who Tectone is. He's an Asmongold skinwalker. He joined OTK, pretends to be Asmongold, acts like Asmongold, but does content targeting gacha games instead of MMOs. And he pretends to be Asmongold. He doesn't have a personality of his own. And just the other day, he was crying about terrorist propaganda on Twitch, saying, "Oh, you know, my brother and my dad were in the army, and they didn't fight, so Hassan could say who these are epic on Twitch." It's like, okay, man, no one cares. It was just gonna be normal like about lefty streamers. But unfortunately this time someone dug up that Tectone's father was actually found guilty on 14 counts of sexual harassment and assault against his subordinates in the military. So unfortunately for him, Hassan kind of won that one. Hassan did kind of win that. Do we have just the clips from the other day? Quickly, just to give us a bit of context. So he was crying that Hassan said he had epigenetic memories of... But here are some clips, just sort of summarizing the situation.
You could do it. Your father went to jail for the same... Oh, really? Wait, tell me more, man. Tell me more. What else? Who'd my dad...
So, me sewing?
I deal with people
me sewing? Reusing this joke?
Oh, I know.
Yep.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yep. Who? 5 women in the military accuse your father of... Really? That's crazy. You think so? What else? You want to talk about my dead granddad too? That's the part where we usually go. We usually go from the dad and then we bring up the dead grandfather. Do we want to talk about my grandfather too or no? That's why he went to jail discussing vote. Really, man? That's interesting. How do you know so much? How are you so all-knowing, man? Tell me more things that I don't know.
Wow, so cocky, so self-assured.
I don't really know how to feel about it.
After Hassan says one mean thing about you, me reaping.
I don't really know how to feel about it. I obviously feel awful. And so I suppose, due to this all being resurfaced by Hassan, I suppose I will no longer be interacting with my father in any way, shape, or form.
Disavowed his dad. He had to disavow his own father because of Hassan. It's all Hassan's fault.
The past 24 hours have been very shocking.
It's all Hassan's fault that I brought up my dad to try and win an instant argument and get him deplatformed. It's all Hassan's fault that I did that, and then people mention he's a fucking rapist. He also cries out he got raped in this stream as well. Like, just brings it up out of nowhere. He's like, yeah, I got raped. It's like, okay, man. Alright, bro. So, today, guys, as you may know, Chud Logic covered Tectone's drama with Hassan the other day. Now, if you were watching that stream, if you're a Chud Logic viewer and you were watching the Chud Logic Tectone segment, or the stream during that day, or you've been watching Chud Logic for a while, like myself, you may know that a good while ago, maybe a year, 2 years, 2 years maybe ago, Tectone appeared in Chud's Twitch chat, I think during a drama of some sort. Thank you for the membership. Tectone appeared in Chud's Twitch chat and invited him to play Fortnite or Apex or something. Yeah, no, Tectone was in there either like once or twice. No, Miskiff went in there and tried fighting with Chud. He was talking shit. Tectone went in there and was being friendly. So, Tectone has been in Chud's chat before. And I see, when I wake up, I was like, God bless. Great content has arrived. Thank you, Yeet, for doing one good thing in your life. Pretty Tony has got a knife to your back, by the way. At my behest. Thank you, Yeet, for delivering the clip. I will be investigating the full stream. Well, I saw this tweet.
Publicly and saying, "Hey, I fucked up." I think that's a very big. I think that's a very big W. Him apologizing publicly and saying, "Hey, I fucked up." I think that's a very big. I think that's a very big W. To be completely honest.
But the fallout of this video was a lot of the previous stuff being,
because I know how many people were going after Muda for this shit. So yeah, I think that's I think he made up for it for sure.
brought up again against Nux, and other people like Chud Logic were affected when they...
Who cares? Why are we talking about?
It's who cares. So here's Chud Logic, sees Chud Logic's face. Who cares? And starts skipping ahead in the video. I can literally Schizosphere, Mind Palace, drop back, fall back into the Sakuna, you know, pool of cursed spirits, bathing myself in it, into the Schizosphere, Cerebrum on, tap into this guy's mind. I see exactly what's happening here. He went into Chud's chat. He tried to be nice. He thought that if he was nice to Chud that one time, he basically had this drama guy under his thumb. That he was in the pocket, and he never had to worry about that. Then he sees Chud, who maybe he's got some idea of where Chud sits on stuff, usually against the silent sort of thing. Maybe, but maybe not. That's not really necessary to it. But he sees Chud mocking his rapist father and his breakdown stream and saying how gay and stupid he looked. And he's aware of that. So when he was not going to say anything about it, he was going to ignore it, wasn't going to let himself get baited, and he's just sent into a fucking rage when he sees it in this video. I see it. I see it so clearly. It's the obvious read. It just is. It's just so clearly what happens here. Let's see this.
I think that's I think he made up for it for sure.
Brought up again against Nux, and other people like Chud Logic were affected when they...
Who cares? Why are we talking about Chud Logic? Who cares?
Oh, he's not happy.
Just get him off my screen.
He's not happy.
Bro, he's like another Frogan. Like, who the fuck even knows?
He's like another Frogan. So this it makes no sense. Unless he's just calling him fat, in which case fair play. But that's not what he's saying. What Tectone, and this will become apparent, Tectone's trying to say that Chud is astroturfed. He's trying to say that Chud is like the rising star 3 times or whatever, or twice in a row, whatever. That's what he's trying to say. That's what he's trying to say. It's baffling. What special opportunities has Chud been granted? What brand is going, Oh yeah, we gotta get Chud Logic's face on our marketing. Well, I know what we'll get Chud Logic at TwitchCon on a panel. He can do the bit where he spazzes out of the camera and screams the F slur in 60 different directions. He can do Tom Zoo. Get Chud at TwitchCon. He can do Tom Zoo for us. He can do Tom Zoo for us at the TwitchCon keynote. Okay. So yeah, the idea that Chud is astroturfed is just like totally retarded. If you just call him, he's like another Frogger, like, oh, he's really fat. That's funny. But that's not what he's saying, and we'll get into that soon.
Why are we talking about Chud Logic? Who cares? Just get him off my screen. How, bro? He's like another Frogan. Like, who the fuck even knows who that is, bro? Who is that? I'm good, man. Just get him off my fucking screen.
It was a pretty rough moment there.
So in conclusion,
Him apologizing.
So Tectone replies to the Yeet clip here. But like legit, who TF is he? Like this comment makes sense when someone's being shoved in your face and there's like no reason to know who they are, but Chud has had very organic growth. Like it's not Frogan. It's not like this person is just being presented to you and you've got no idea. No, you even know who this guy is. You've interacted with this guy before, dude. Why are you trying to cap like this? It's very embarrassing. So I want to watch his YouTube stream. I want to watch what he was up to. I want to see what he was up to today. I saw him coping at the end a little bit, but I want to almost. I'm tempted to watch. There was that video was by that VTuber guy that I actually quite like his videos. He's not a VTuber. He does videos about VTubers though. This guy. Yeah, I actually quite like this guy. Makes quite funny videos. Dude, no, wait. Did I just see this the other week? I was actually thinking about doing a video about Nux with roughly this title the other day. I actually had that idea in my head. I mean, it's not a very original title, but that's wacky coincidence. So I hope this goes into, guys, I actually did look into this recently. Do you guys know about the Noxtaku Hololive drama, or whatever it was, or V-Shoujo? Not Hololive, V-Shoujo. The Noxtaku V-Shoujo drama. He was, like, completely wrong in that, and he managed to astroturf, his bullshit lie through Turkey Tom. He totally lied in the video. He said the SWAT was on his way to jail. Wasn't true. SWAT made videos taunting him straight after. He got details wrong. Apparently, he claimed that one of his fans tipped him off, but all the other people that were involved in it were saying that was someone playing him. That was someone working with the Doxer and SWATer. And he didn't disclose that and misportrayed DMs to disguise that. And I'm pretty sure Mutahar was very intimately involved in it. Yeah, it was a total LARP. It was and obviously these girls weren't going to want him posting this shit because it's never a benefit to make videos antagonizing doxers and swatters. Maybe make a video about it if you know they're arrested. But the idea of just like putting out a video antagonizing some swatter, you're like some kind of retard, bro. You're like an actual retard. Yeah, and he just acted like they were being unreasonable. It's like totally pathetic. So we'll see what this video says about that.
It was about Nux.
I want to watch Tectone react to it. We can get a combination here because we're gonna see when Chud comes up. We're gonna see Tectone talk about it, and then at the end of this, we're gonna get we're also get Nux content as we go through, and we're gonna get this video essay, and we're gonna get Tectone trying to sweep for Nux, and then at the end of it, Tectone talks a bit more about Chud. So we get everything. We get everything.
The most hated VTuber It has a 99% like ratio with over 500,000 views.
It's like a triple
And I'll be
cheeseburger, for real.
Since the beginning of me and Nux' friendship, relationship, it's what, maybe 4 years, 4.5 years. He's been nothing but good to me. Nux was so good to me that it almost made me sus of how good he was being to me.
Probably should.
So let's see what this video is all about. Never seen it. Gonna go on this blind. This guy, Royalty is Here, made a hit piece on me about 3 years ago, and it was incredibly wrong, and he apologized for making it. So let's see what he has to say about Nux Taku, the most hated VTuber, which isn't true. That's Cinder, but I digress.
Scholar in VTubers as of recently. Don't worry, it was completely involuntary. I wouldn't condone the knowledge I've absorbed being put on anyone else. But since their first conception in 2016, and later popularity in 2019 to 2020, which has carried it all the way to the present day, where like...
Yeah, I've been stoked with the VTuber boom because the more relevant they get, the bigger their tits get, which is great.
Endless mitosis, they've reproduced to the point where they are everywhere. There's a VTuber for every animal almost. Yep. I'm still waiting on a water bear VTuber though, or one that is inspired by a slot machine that has a gambling addiction. I feel like I'd resonate with them very well. But due to its popularity, there are a range of VTubing personalities. Some more reserved and safe for work.
I can't just watch the whole thing, just like in normal speed, so we're gonna...
different type of spectrum, with whatever the fuck this is.
I'm hungry! Treat! I'll do a backflip for a treat!
Should be so cute.
Backflip for a treat!
They make content, they stream, some have their own lore better than any of the latest Marvel movies.
Guys, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I really like Chibi's content. I don't care. Her shit with Mudang was so funny.
They have their own meet and greets at events.
If you find any of this like cutesy VTuber content funny, you have a mental disability. I hate to just inform you of that. But if you find like retarded anime characters bouncing around the screen and like making stupid sexual innuendos and squeeing noises, you're like developmentally disabled. You're stuck in a state of like perpetual pre-teenage. You are like retarded, and you're barely better than a pedophile, frankly. You probably are one too.
Going to someone's meet and greet and they're a VTuber and it's just their model on a screen. I'm sorry, guys. That's so pathetic. If you're waiting 3 hours to talk to their PNG in real life, oh my God, get a grip. Jesus Christ.
The internet is infatuated with VTubers, and VTubing is accessible to anyone. If you can fork out the money for a VTubing model with multiple toggles and features, like a tit slider and jiggle physics, which is essentially like jingling keys for the absolute gooners of the VTuber audience.
Oh yeah!
However, VTubing has become slightly oversaturated over the years.
That's
me! To differentiate yourself from the sheer amount of VTubers that there is. But apart from that, VTubing comes with a lot of benefits over their fleshy counterparts, like being able to say the most abhorrent and viscous statements with complete anonymity.
Where's your fucking art degree, buddy? Where's your fucking art degree? Oh, you have one? Okay, Hitler.
Probably due to the sheer popular...
What the fuck?
It's like not even funny. Like Pippa is not funny either. None of this shit is funny. None of these stupid whores are funny. That women are not fun. They're not funny just because they put on an avatar that kind of looks like a child. That doesn't suddenly make them funny.
Clarity and benefits of being a VTuber, you can now find many other content creators adopting their own VTuber personality. But with the vast amount of people partaking in such format, with a variety of personalities and opinions, it's only natural that some VTubers would be favoured over others, and some just outright hated. This brings me to the topic of today's video. One of the most hated VTubers that recently can't seem to catch a break, someone that had the complete opposite reputation only a few years ago, and someone I've spoken about before but never really in depth, Nux Taku. Yes, seen as Gunpei has recently removed herself from the internet due to people finding out that she wasn't in fact single and dating all her audience.
Oh my God, she betrayed all of them.
Which was a new level of parasocial degeneracy.
Oh my
God. She even invited them to send dick pics as part of the girlfriend experience, which she's gone now, and probably has a solid terabyte of uncut penis on her hard drive, and that one of the
Hell yeah!
VTuber really doesn't count in this category, because most people still don't know they exist.
I don't know what 40-year-old Indian man was running her OnlyFans account, but I bet he saw hella dicks.
Which is partially a good thing. So the title now falls on Nux, as in recent years he's been regarded to be one of the most hated VTubers, and still to this day gets shit like a public outhouse more than any other VTuber. But
Pippa's funny.
Yeah, I'll be real, man.
Funny
Every
looking.
time I ever do anything with Nux, I always get told, don't do things with Nux, don't do things with Nux. And then I do things with Nux and everything's always fine. Like, I really don't know what they think he did, but like, what's the big deal? I'm glad I at least get to watch this.
How did he become so hated, and does he deserve it?
I'm just incredibly famous on the internet, so people decide to try to cancel me on Twitter for some reason because they're jealous of my incredible success.
So for one of the most hated VTubers, you'd have probably expected this man to have spawned straight from the
spreadsheet. It's like not even funny, and he's 100% coping in that clip where he's been absolutely raped on something, because he is just a disgusting, wretched liar. He is just like a disgusting, wretched liar. He's lied time and time again. Lied about Tiger. Lied about V-Shoujo. Lied about that swatting. Lied about fucking Israel many, many times. Lied about Trump many, many times. Thank you for the 5 gifted, Q. Thank you. Lied about his connection with Shadman. Just endless, endless lies. This guy is such a dishonest sack of shit.
Prerogative, which isn't that far from the truth. Nux originally started posting on the internet in 2015 with anime-based videos, which I cannot relate to in any way. Anybody that has ever made such content should be lined up and shot with hollow point 7.62 rounds.
His
But I
videos were great, still are
Nux had
great.
made his start on the internet making primarily anime-targeted content, which people actually loved. A major critique against Nux from previous fans seems to be that they enjoyed it when he just made anime-themed content rather than the content he would.
I think the only content creators who were ever successfully bullied into not doing things with me, because people on Twitter said don't do things with him, are the Limbus Company content creators. That's why there was never a Limbus Company Gotcha Cast, because every single creator was like, no, I can't. I can't. Have you seen what they're saying on Twitter? And I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, all right. Well, all right then. Well, have fun on Limbus, I guess.
Would later shift to, but we'll talk about that later. In the current time frame, the gravy train was not ending for Nux. He collaborated with many content creators doing the same niche he was, that at the time held a lot of influence on the platform, and even eventually reached over 1 million subscribers by 2019, despite once again doing anime content, and conveniently around the same time, by his own words, somehow got cancelled for the first time in the year of 2020, which was one of the first of many to come, and honestly, to Nux's credit, he has withstood a lot of them. You cannot take it away from him. Dude has tanked controversies even though sometimes it's down to his own actions. But his first cancellation, in his own words, was due to comments he made towards animes and anime characters. Yeah.
I think the thing that people got the most anger from for was him getting interspecies reviewers being the #1 most highly rated anime on my anime list. That's when people lost their shit.
We must have been very bored in
Which is like, come on.
2020. And one of the comments that put him under scrutiny was when he referred to male anime characters that presented themselves as feminine under the title of traps, which I discovered recently has become a slur. Thank you for the 2020 slur patch notes 5 years later. And to be honest, I haven't heard anyone use the word trap in a while. The second thing he was accused of.
Well, yeah, because now it's not a trap. It's like an acquired target where people want to fuck femboys. Right? But I will be real, and I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. Like, if all y'all like femboys, just understand. They age like milk, brother. They do. I'm sorry to tell you guys. They age like milk. And when homeboy who's like 20, where he's all cute and like kind of feminine, wearing a skirt, when they turn 35 and they got like a full beard, hair growing out of everywhere, their voice drops even more. Like you pretty much just gotta accept, if you want to fuck a femboy or be with a femboy, you're gonna need at least like 7 to 8 of them throughout your lifetime to get the real femboy experience. Because they're gonna age like fucking milk and they're gonna look ridiculous by the time they're 35.
Was being
So what you're saying is they get better? Hell no, brother. Hell no.
racist because he pronounced Full Metal Alchemist like this.
The thing is that he's talking, hasn't he been caught? I'm pretty sure Tectone, didn't he get caught like retweeting or liking stuff about that femboy from Genshin getting fucked in the ass? The Shota femboy from Genshin. Is it, I think he's got a V name. Venti. Thank you. Yes, he was like retweeting shit of Venti getting fucked in the ass or something, or liking it. I don't know. Can I pull up? Can someone verify that for me? I'm pretty sure, right? J-Stalk was showing me that the other day. It was Venti, if I remember correctly. We got an age on the wiki page. I don't see an age. I don't see an age. I can show you the character though. It should give you an idea of what Tectone's into. It's this. I don't know how old that character's meant to be. Yeah, visually 15, we'll say.
And the third thing was that he was sexist for talking about anime female characters in a negative way. But sorry to say, Sephiroth is a fucking useless character. I had to say it. She would have been more useful as a shuriken shield than anything else in the story. But out of all the controversies that Nux would later have, this one was by far the least impactful on his online reputation. Nux's response to these allegations and critiques gives you a good example on Nux's online persona, which has persisted even to this present day. He kind of just told them to go f themselves, and he clowned on the people hating him. And clarified he wasn't in the wrong, because the majority of the time he was just talking about anime characters.
He doesn't clown. He doesn't clown anymore.
This is the
Nux is so keen to clown the people hating on him. Why is he never responded to me? I wonder. Certainly seems to know who I was when he was fighting with a Cheeto, and I suddenly went quiet when I started typing in his chat.
persona a lot of people revered him for. He was someone that had relatively no filter and was certainly unapologetic for it. He was loud, energetic, superior.
Dude, I used to be such a huge Nux fan. Now I just like the guy as a person, but yeah, man, his content was funny as fuck back in the day.
Cool. And in his own words, he just loves the chaos and just
yeah,
flexing
that's
on the
totally
haters.
unsurprising.
That's also a term I haven't heard for a while. People love this about him. It was somewhat of a breath of fresh air at that time.
Yep.
Too many horror, someone with the same
If you've ever wondered, guys, we've asked the question many times. How brain damaged would you have to be to like Nux content? The answer is this brain damaged. The answer, this brain damaged.
Apologetic was about to become popular around the same time.
Oh yeah!
Grow up in a house
Whoa.
where your dad's beating the fuck out of you and you're eating lead paint chips off a wall, and you might be able to enjoy Nux Target content.
Dear God. I still want to do a podcast with fucking that fucking dude so bad, bro. That shit would be so funny.
What I've just mentioned was before he even became a VTuber. He actually only debuted as a VTuber in 2021, which mentioned before was around the boom of VTubing. Before his debut, he was like a 2D VTuber of sorts, using his character that looks like a black tar heron version of Sans from Undertale. But he was never considered a VTuber till that day of early 2021. And compared to other VTubing models, it did get its fair share of criticism. It didn't track very well. Sometimes his lips didn't collaborate very well with what he was
I think
saying.
it's great,
People
personally.
thought he was just a Sans.
No, the model's fucking terrible.
And tit sliders.
Well, he's supposed
The
to be
model's fucking terrible, and it's fundamentally stolen.
Sans from Undertale mixed with Gintama.
Disgraceful. But many of his fans actually loved it. It collaborated very well with his online personality and
Ask low-tier God's opinion about black people? Okay, I'd love to.
content, but after this he did start to stray away from his anime-themed content with VTuber-related videos and general trends at the time. Like, I gave X amount to a starving Serbian child, and he even threw a few songs in there as well. But with his new type of content, he started to receive
Hey, yo, what the fuck? That's me! I'm right there! Damn, bro! Yo, I made it in the video! Oh, yeah!
a lot more attention. Even with the disagreement from his older fans, he managed to reach 2 million subscribers.
Yeah, that's
and even
insane.
collaborate with the top echelons of YouTube, like Some Ordinary Gamers, Moist Critical, Umpaville, and Lost Pause, who I feel like I haven't seen in a while, and obviously other VTubers like Bow and
Yeah, whatever happened to Lost Pause? He always comes into my chat like once every 3 months. But yeah, what happened to that guy?
Mouse. He even started a podcast in 2021 with Umpaville and Mutaha, just talking about things that happened on the internet. And even though his older fans criticized him, his content had changed drastically, and he wasn't everybody's cup of tea. All of this was outweighed by the support and positivity for him. However, due to a number of controversies regarding his own actions, the tide of positivity quickly turned against him. And in the current day, he doesn't collaborate with many YouTubers like he used to. His content is mainly
Wait, that's me again.
turned against him. And in the current day, he
That's literally him from like a month ago, man. Yeah, no,
Wow,
that's
it's
fine.
almost
I
like
think
you're
that
the
was-
only one who'll still hang out with
YouTubers
this
like he
fucking
used to.
weirdo.
His content has mainly evolved into just slop reaction content. Oops, sorry, wrong channel. And on his second channel, he's dived into politics, which has also landed him in
Wait, he made a video about Corinna Boatger? Stop. No way, bro. No way he was talking about Paimon.
hot water, and many of the people that were once close to him have seemingly distanced themselves from him. Many address him now with either infamousy
I don't know, man. I think we're good. It's all good.
or just outright hate, which is very polarizing when compared to his previous years on the platform. But what are these controversies, and does he deserve a reputation that is essentially on the same level as a urinal cake marinated in piss?
And the point I'm trying
Yep.
to say here is, for some reason, I became the goddamn enemy numero uno.
Now, probably one
Let's see. Maybe I'll get convinced. Maybe I'll get convinced to hate this guy. Maybe this video will make me never interact with Nux ever again. Let's find out.
of the first major and most confusing controversy
I wonder if this guy has done the most base level of research past the Turkey Tom video to figure out this story was bullshit that Nux was spinning.
Nux faced was in 2021 with VShojo. Conveniently not long after he debuted, VShojo is a VTubing agency with many of the juggernauts of the VTubing scene under their belt, like iMouse, Project Melody,
potential permaban from Twitch. Smiley face emoji. Will move to YouTube if that does happen. Saluting face emoji.
Oh yeah, bro. I appreciate that. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, and stream every day at probably 10 a.m. CST, but I aim for 9 a.m. CST.
Zentreya, Fruit, and many more being added to this day. However, even before the events occurred, Nux and the talent of VShojo were on good terms. They created content together, interacted in the cesspool that is Twitter, and just all around seemed to have a good relationship. However, in 2021, somebody was targeting VShojo, and were pretending to be VShojo in order to gather VTubers' personal information to harass, dox, and even swat them. Some of the emails appeared like they were coming from VShojo recruitment, and one specifically was sent to an indie VTuber, where they essentially thought their dreams were coming true, and they were asked to join VShojo, but first they would have to put all their information in which the police then showed up to their house because they had just been swatted. Nux had received the same email, but he knew it wasn't VShojo. He got in contact with the VShojo management team and cybersecurity team to tell them what was happening and that potentially more VTubers are going to fall victim to this, but VShojo was already aware this was happening and were doing their own investigation. Nux began his own investigation by providing the wrong information to the email so they would contact him, and at one point they even flexed they had his information in a Discord server for some reason, which was provided to Nux by one of his apparent fans.
There's sources of info that I got which are kind of hilarious. This dude was
Okay.
got my real name and phone number,
Apparent fans is a good start. Is he going to actually investigate past this? Let's see.
and he was posting it in his Discord servers, and one of the people in the Discord server that he was posting it was a fan of mine.
Nux was working on a full video covering this topic and spreading awareness about it. The VShojo cybersecurity team and management knew about this video being made and were communicating directly with Nux about the video through things like Discord, and he even showed them the video before it was released. This also involved one of the VShojo talents that was never named.
Someone is out there impersonating VShojo, the massive VTuber group. They tried to steal my info, dox me, and swat me, and they've successfully done this to many, many other VTubers. This is not
Now, to Nux's credit, the video promptly spread awareness about the situation, potentially saving more indie VTubers that would want to join VShojo, and just spreading awareness about general cybersecurity etiquette. Yes, if you received an email from Jerkman saying you're the top 1% of Jerkers, and they want to deliver your own personal golden encrusted flashlight, they just need you to fill out all your personal information. They were probably lying to you. But you think people would rejoice at such a positive thing Nux had done? Yes, people did initially praise him for this video, and VShojo also thanked him, and one of the perpetrators allegedly had their information turned over to the police, but the positive acclamations for Nux quickly turned when many of the VShojo VTubers publicly criticized Nux for making a video on the topic with allegations levied against
Wait, why are they getting angry at Nux for this? He's helping them
Dude,
out.
are you some kind of fucking retard, dude? This guy is so dumb. I knew he was going to say some stupid shit. He's helping them out. He's making a video on them on a swatter. Yeah, that always helps, man. Yeah. As we all know, swatters stop swatting if you just make a video on them. As we all know. Fucking idiot. You are a fucking moron, Tectone. You are below 90 IQ. The only way you can be like this, the only way I can see it being possible, is if you spent your entire childhood stripping lead paint off the wall and shoving it in your mouth like fucking popcorn.
Oh, what the fuck?
Him of being a clout chaser and potentially putting them in danger. With the fact
What?
that many of the VShojo team had apparently told him not to make the video, but he did so anyway, and many of them just wanted the video removed, in which it was 3 days later. Now it's important to note that within the video, none of the VShojo members were mentioned directly. The only other VTuber mentioned in the video was Saki, who was a victim that got swatted, and in fact responded positively to the video being made. So the only way this would put VShojo talent in danger would be inspiring other people to do the same. But VShojo knew about it. Even one of the members was in the Discord with the cybersecurity team and Nux. And once again, they thanked him and even provided an official statement at the end of the video.
Oh yeah, and the Roti guy's video is fucking retarded too, because Nux was actually asked in the group chat, he was told that his video had misinformation in it and that they would prefer he didn't release a video at all, but they didn't assert it firmly. They just didn't assert firmly, and he went ahead with it, and they said that he had a right as a victim of it to say whatever he wanted.
VShojo talent were not informed about this at all, hence why a lot of them were denouncing Nux's video. And to make things worse, VShojo management deleted their thank you to Nux, and then went with the narrative that they always told him never to make the video.
What the wait, so he got fucked over hard?
No, he didn't. They did tell him that they'd prefer he didn't make the video, but he had a right to. That's what they said to him.
So it fucked him over hard. Damn, bro. Wait, so he got fucked over by them people? Did
Nope.
they ever apologize?
Nope, he didn't get fucked over.
Apologize to Nux or
Nope.
no?
And everyone proceeded to pile on Nux. Now, if you've been stunlocked, it's no surprise all of this is very confusing, but to break this down for you like SpaghettiOs, this is basically a tale of poor communication, where the VShojo members were not told beforehand about this, except for the one VShojo member that was in the group apparently. The VShojo team thought they communicated directly to Nux that they didn't want this video to be made, with only 2 instances, one before he even started the video,
Holy
and 2 when they
shit.
were actively helping him with the video, where they didn't tell him directly to not make the video, and even thanked him for it. But when the VShojo talent had problems with it, they then withdrew
Yeah, he basically had their back trying to help him, but they piled on him big time for honestly zero reason. Wait, this is pathetic.
the thanks.
It's
Once
not
again,
that,
restated
dude, these people are so retarded. You can't even discern. You really can't figure out why these Twitch streamers were annoyed with the fact that Nux made a video on a swatter before the swatter had been arrested. Nux claimed in the video too, they're completely missing this out. He lies in the video and says this guy's on his way to jail. Totally untrue. The guy didn't fucking go to jail. What the guy? Well, no idea what fucking Nux was talking about.
They never wanted him to make this video, despite once again being informed and having
It was found that the V-Shoujo town was Project Melody? That makes sense.
some part in it.
And I know Nux and Melody used to be very close. Don't know if they still are.
They also expressed concerns about the one person he called a fan, who was the one that told him they were leaking the fake information, that they were a part of the attack and could be feeding him misinformation. That is the bare bones of what happened, and Nux was facing a mountain of backlash for it, even though his heart was in the right place and he did inform the group. I just wanted to bring light to this situation to prevent any further victims. He kind of just got thrown under the bus due to an apparent miscommunication with him and the cybersecurity and management team of VShojo, but when the dust settled, Nux just wanted to move on, and all parties apologized, including the VShojo VTubers. But for his first major controversy, he received a lot of backlash for this.
Guess what? You don't need to make a video where you LARP and get things wrong about the investigation, the situation, where you LARP as being some awesome OPSEC guy. You don't need to do that to put out a disclaimer saying, hey guys, there's fake VShojo messages going around. Don't give out your information. We're not going to ask for your information in an email like that. You actually don't need to do the gay LARP video to do that at all. All you're doing there is getting baited by a swatter and doxer into giving them more attention. The guy literally farmed this afterwards, by the way. Nux said this guy's on his way to jail. Next day, the doxer and swatter posts a video on YouTube being like, haha, no, this Nux guy's a fucking idiot. This Nux guy's a fucking idiot. He isn't really, either I was going to jail, haha, like just goading and mocking. Yes, this was a stupid fucking decision. Yes, it caused more risk to the other people than it would have ever prevented. Yeah, you didn't need to do this. It's completely retarded. And no one will ever address this, by the way. No one will ever seriously contend with that. No retard like Tectone. Nux won't ever seriously contend with that. Because they can't. It's obviously fucking stupid to anyone that's bothered to critically think about it.
No, once again, his heart was in the right place.
Nux did not deserve any negativity for that. No, that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Yeah, you're
That's so
retarded.
fucking bullshit.
You're retarded.
Only Zen
You're an
Trainer
idiot.
apologized
You're
publicly and everyone else
retarded.
was on
You're an
the
idiot. You're an idiot.
That's so crazy.
You're an idiot and your dad's a
I remember
rapist.
even after this, I was
You're
told to
dumb
never
as
do-
hell and your
I
dad
was
is a
told to never do
rapist.
Nux ever again. I remember this. That's fucking crazy. So Nux got fucked over
Nope.
hard for this.
Nope. You're dumb as hell
Okay,
and your
what
dad
else?
is a
I know there's, like,
rapist.
something
You're
involved, like,
dumb
like
as hell.
Tiger, right? That's all I've ever heard about.
You have a
And the real
rapist
problem with
dad.
people doxing and swatting people. But the next one is something I've spoken about before, so I'll give you the cliff notes. It's one that Nux regards as his biggest mistake, and one that took around 2 years to somewhat conclude.
And I made a huge fuck up without hyperbole.
This is the Iron Mouse tweet. What is it? I'm so disappointed in you and hurt that you were doing this when you full well know what was truly going on. We asked you to take it down. We told you we feared for our safety, and you didn't care. And that tweet was kept up. Wait, how hard was he getting dogpiled on?
Wow, it's almost like she was right. Wow, it's almost like
was getting dogpiled on.
IMAS was in the right.
hard.
Yeah, he should. Yeah.
Jesus.
Justifiably
That's
so,
insane.
because it's
What
something very
the fuck?
stupid.
This was the biggest mistake of
So management lied to Nux just to save face. That's fucked up, bro. That's an El Shoujo moment.
my
Nope.
career, and I am deeply, deeply sorry for spreading misinformation.
A fellow VTuber by the name of Tiger had a document created about them alleging they were a predator. The document was produced by individuals that were previous mods and stalkers of Tiger, and in 2022, Nux made a video with Moist Critical going over VTuber drama. Moist didn't know about a lot of these VTubers or dramas, and the video was essentially Nux giving a tour through the many controversies of the VTuber community and explaining them. However, he does eventually get to Tiger and says he doesn't know much about the situation, but then continues to convey the message they were a predator. And with someone like Moist Critical in the video, a lot of people saw it.
Is it Hololive?
No, Taiga is an indie streamer who, I don't know the whole story, but Taiga was added to the
Now, Tiger was exonerated from these claims a few months later, and Nux did pin a comment regarding the Tiger situation under the video, and he even removed that part in the video. He also apologized privately to Tiger for this, but many thought the damage was already done.
Maybe
6
he
months
just
later, Nux brings
wasn't
up the situation
insolvent
on
I think
because
if you're
he
not
is the
holding-
product of grape.
Thank you, Smith, for the $5. Thank you. Huge
If
appreciate it.
these Shoujo girls accountable, then you also can't hold Nux accountable. Yeah, if that was what the general consensus of the internet was, then I don't blame. I'll be real. Like, I'm not going to hold any of my friends accountable who are against
Dude.
me right now, because that's what the entire internet's doing. Like, obviously, it fucking sucks. But once everything gets cleared up, you know, that's all you can really ask for is an apology after. So, yeah, I mean, if you're going to be angry at Nux, you got to be angry at everybody. And that's pretty much just the truth.
his podcast, once again saying he messed up, and he was going off the information what other people told him, and that once again he had privately apologized for this.
As long as the false claim is common, you can't be held accountable for repeating a false claim. Okay, retard.
Alleged it also because a friend told me, and I regret it because he, you know, I don't know if it's true. He ended up coming back with some sort of response. I don't know, this guy Bungo Taiga, and I apologized to him privately that.
And he seems remorseful. I do agree, though. Like, saying shit like that is incredibly dangerous. It is incredibly dangerous. And the only thing that you can really ask is for him to never do that again. And as far as I'm concerned, he never did. Right? That's why saying alleged is very, very, very important.
That I even alleged something like that, and
Yeah.
like because a friend told me.
Now you would think this is where it would end.
This happens a lot on the internet. It really fucking sucks. I'm not gonna lie. This is a horrible situation.
Somewhat apologised and learned his lesson that, you know, you should verify information before voicing it, especially when it's a serious allegation, which he did do again around the same time against another YouTuber and VTuber called Rev, where they got into a whole kerfuffle and made a video, which was
Nux and Rev got into an issue? I never heard about this.
removed recently, with a weird comment from Nux where if he was to do a video on Rev, with his influence and podcast, YouTube would probably take his channel down.
If I make a video roasting this dude on my main channel, YouTube will literally deplatform him. Like, YouTube actually watches my stuff, especially ever since I've been on the Somewhere
Dude.
podcast. YouTube has really been paying attention to like what we've been saying, and I'll be honest.
I've never heard about this.
If I would make
Nux hates Rev? Interesting.
a video on him on the main channel, I do think he'd get taken down for either bullying or the whole weird pedo stuff.
But a few months later, he would claim YouTube are actively suppressing him, which just contradicts his past claim, but he did apologise for this around 2 years later.
And,
Dude, that's Nux coming at... Dude, this royalty is here, guys. Massage Nux's image. This is the actual Nux. And if you watch, like, the starts to his stream, like the bits where he's leading up, or the bits where he's, like, coping about some drama that's happened, you'll hear him like this. He's, like, jittery, anxious, wants people shut down. It's not the... Whenever it's about him or he feels threatened in some way, he fails to do the... Oh, it's just chaos. It's memes, man. He gets jittery and anxious. It's very obvious the moment it's about him.
the stuff that I said in my old stream that I foolishly uploaded on Nuxanor. And yeah, I was definitely out of pocket when I talked about Rev like 2-3 years ago, whenever the fuck that was.
But with the Tiger situation, it wasn't done yet, as Tiger thought it wasn't
I wish I knew why Nux and Rev had beef. What happened? That's what I want to hear about. What the fuck?
a good apology, because Nux claimed privately they would publicly clear the slate regarding Tiger, possibly
Yeah,
doing
you
another
got like
video
that with the
Moist
cheat,
Critical,
I'd
but the
say.
video or cleaning of the public slate never came.
This guy Bungo Taiga, and I apologized to him privately that.
Let me check exactly what he said. If I do a sequel with Charlie, I was planning on it. I'll try to clear the record more publicly. I'll also do more research. Again, I don't know right now, however, I'll try to rectify any extra damage I caused and hope you can accept my apology. This was in December 22nd, 2022. 2022. He said he was going to make a sequel video with Moist Critical. Video never came.
Now moving to 2024, Nux was still getting backlash
That's probably because Moist didn't want to make a video with Nux, right?
for this mistake. People wanted him to take full accountability for this.
I'm gonna be honest, whether you get exonerated or not, you're still gonna be hated by the same as Nux. Yeah, but I don't really give like all the people who I'll be hated by won't matter. You know what I mean? So like,
Also, guys, now is a great time, by the way. I've done shit the whole stream. Guys, 560 people here, 82 likes on stream. Some of those 480 people wouldn't mind, please, maybe the cursor thumbs up and clicking it, or pressing thumbs up on the mobile device. That'd be hugely appreciated. Now, if you want to take your support one step further, you can donate directly through the stream elements link in the pin chat message. You can also buy a membership to the channel, gift a membership to the channel, gift a whole bunch of memberships randomly throughout the chat. Buy a super chat, which will highlight your message and read it on TTS, or buy a super sticker, which is a YouTube image or GIF that we highlight in chat. Then we'll describe it to you. You can go to discord.gg/Kuihman, twitter.com/Kuihman, or reddit.com/r/Kuihman. Guys, you can also now watch on twitch.tv/Kuihman every day. We multi-stream there while we're on YouTube. Absolutely massive stuff on twitch.tv/Kuihman. Also, guys, important to remember, huge push right now. Always be clipping ABC and post like hell. Okay, guys. It's a clipping guide on the subreddit. If you want to start clipping streams and posting them, start on a Twitter account, on Reddit and Discord, clipping stuff, posting it to accounts, editorializing, talking about it, making your voice heard. Okay, the people you hate the most, the thing they fear is you being a real ass wigger with some shit to say on X.com. That's what the people you hate online fear more than anything. Is you being on X.com talking your shit. Okay? Just remember that, guys. They hate it. They want to shut you down.
It doesn't even matter, you know what I'm saying?
Not just a pinned comment, not just a small segment on his podcast, and not just a private DM. And in 2024, he did apologize, saying it was the biggest fuck up of his career, in a video where he goes over the unjust banning of VTubers on YouTube and mentions Tiger, who was also banned on the platform. He does apologize for the situation, but adds he wasn't to blame for Tiger's deplatforming.
And I made a huge, without hyperbole, this was the biggest mistake of my career, and I am deeply, deeply sorry for spreading misinformation and for causing any undue hate to be sent Tiger's way. I am sorry for how I handled that. I'm sorry for how I said it. I have tried to do better since then.
Is Tiger a boy or a girl? I gotta figure this out on whether I care or not. Is Tiger a boy or a girl? Do we know? Oh, it's a dude?
Oh, we know.
Okay,
We've
whatever.
done
If it was a girl, I might have felt bad. I don't care anymore.
extensive analysis on this topic. Oh, Jimbley, thank you for the $4.99, saying everyone make sure you donate through Stream Elements to give the maximum possible cut to the streamer because YouTube takes 30%. Thank you, Jimbley, for the $4.99, reminding everyone to always donate through Stream Elements. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jimbley.
Oh, well.
And I will continue to try to do better in the future.
No, he apologized.
Yeah, they should have been a girl instead. Then I would have felt bad.
Not really. Many viewed his apology as disingenuous due to the fact he made comments around the same time, previously contradicting the private apology, comments on the podcast, and pinned comment. So a lot of people thought all of his apologies he had made were just disingenuous anyway.
Bro! Right. I thought you cared about stood up for small creators. I do. Especially when the small creators don't have sussy interactions in regards to minors.
And still to this day, this situation is levied against him. Now, Nux, contrary to popular belief, wasn't to blame directly for Tiger's deplatforming, but he was to blame for the spread of allegations at the time and how he dealt with the situation, often apologizing, then going back on his word, then apologizing again. He all around did not deal with the situation very well, and it did have an effect on his reputation. Something the next controversy, only a month later, would
Oh, is this the Jaden animation shit? Uh-oh.
also do, and would receive 10 times more attention than any of his past controversies with the most lukewarm scenario. And that is the Jaden animation situation. Now, most people know who Jaden Animations is.
Oh,
she makes anime
no.
videos,
I
mainly
don't give a
storytime
fuck about this
videos,
stuff.
and even herself later became a VTuber. But this whole controversy boils down to Nux that just changed his type of content to mainly just reaction-based content, as many popular content creators do, like Asmongold and Pyrocynical, the Mounting Ugly.
What the fuck?
But people had a problem with Nux due to the fact he started reacting to Jaden, and he would take the title or situation and involve himself in it. With
That's it? Okay, so I think the V Shoujo shit's a non-issue. I think the Rev shit.
Yo, thank you. Sorry. Thank you, Laz, for the membership. Huge appreciate. Yo, Shamu releasing a video this week. I chill on Twitter. Awesome stuff.
Shit's a non-issue. I think the Tiger one's actually pretty fucked up. I totally get it, right? But the only thing that we can ask of somebody who fucks up like that is for them to not do it again, and he hasn't, right? As far as I'm aware. So far, only one real issue. Let's keep going here.
the title, like me and Jaden had a good 10 years on YouTube, but Jaden Animation
Yo, thank you, Abby. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Huge appreciate. Thank you.
talks to me about dating, or me and Jaden forgot to file our taxes.
Yo, and Isu, thank you for the 5 gifted. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Huge appreciate, guys. Thank you.
Kairos founders, stuff like that.
Okay.
Who's we? There is no we.
It made it look like they were doing a collab of sorts,
Okay.
even though I don't think there's any recorded event of them interacting, but people were not happy with this, and a whole bunch
No, me, Jada, and Nux, we played Among Us back in 2021, 2022. So they have interacted. I remember that.
of hate was sent to Nux, especially with the perceived reputation he already had. Someone made a fake response from Jaden, which many believed, essentially telling him to fuck off. Someone made a Google Chrome extension, which adds him to every YouTube video, and someone ratioed Mr. Beast with a meme, and he took credit for it. People made a Teen Titans Go reference with it, which was and Bumblebee, which he assumed meant it was just kids making fun of him.
I'm getting canceled by Teen Titans Go children. I'm being canceled by toddlers.
Oh,
It's amazing.
no.
Even though Teen Titans Go, yes, it is a bad sequel to Teen Titans, but it is pretty old now, and I think it aired quite a while ago when I was a toddler. But people that didn't know who Nux was before this just thought he was the Jaden Animations guy now, which I don't know if it's good PR or bad PR. But to be honest, he was just doing what every other React channel does, albeit changing the title slightly. I don't know why he chose Jaden. He wasn't framing any other titles like this, and he'd already
We're really upset at Nux over this shit. Like, at this point, just admit that people were looking for a reason to get upset at the guy. How the fuck are we getting upset over some goofy titles and thumbnails?
No one
Like,
gives a
brother,
fuck about this
or
stuff,
just-
majority of the
obviously.
time, but let's be honest, that time playing War Thunder or Dead by Daylight wouldn't have been time well spent, now would it? So
True.
shut up. But the last one, and probably the most impactful, was basically surrounding
Next is imminent. Got so much anger in me, got no way to take it out.
Thank you, Starbash, for the $10. Huge appreciated. Alright, Nux fears the Twitter user.
Lolly. Now, the topic of Lolly
Okay.
has been debated for years now, especially within the anime community. On one side, you have people that argue Lolly characters in anime or VTubing is only an aesthetic thing focused on characters that are small or have a specific body type. A key example.
Yeah, I'll be real, man. Like, I feel like if you sexualize children in anime, it's fucking weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, As long as the characters look like an adult, that's pretty much all I give a fuck about. And no, there is no height of consent. We know when a character looks like an adult, and we know when a character looks like a fucking child. Okay? It's very obvious. It's very, very, very obvious. They try to make it very confusing, that way they can get away with their mental gymnastics, but we all know this shit's weird as fuck. We all know it's weird as fuck.
Example used by this side is Rebecca from Cyberpunk, which was
So, would you like to explain to me, Tectone? Would you like to clarify for me exactly what you meant when you said, this young man has a fat ass? What exactly did you mean, Tectone? Also, he got caught, like, liking a bunch of weird shit, and he had to unfollow, like, fuck tons of accounts. He had to unfollow, like, because he got caught liking so much weird shit and following, like, lolly and shooter accounts and shit, like, artists that produce that stuff.
Controversy back then, but she did get absolutely balled on in the anime. And on the other side, people say they had depictions of children, and if you sexualize them, you are a predator. With the example, some anime characters seen in that light are underage. But how does this relate to Nux? Well, Nux was heavily against lolly publicly, saying,
Let me guess, he did some lolly thumbnails or some shit?
Along the lines, if you like lolly or sexualize it, you are a predator. However, May took a look back at Nux's history with some big content and thumbnails, some of which have been deleted and changed over the years. Many cited he had straight up involved lolly sexually in his thumbnails or suggested such themes in his content. Even at one point, he had a series where he would straight up show anime to other influencers to get their reaction. What were we doing back then in those days of content, Jesus? He even showed hentai that was considered lolly to his fellow co-host Mudaha.
Which one?
Oh. He was mainly being called out for being a hypocrite due to the thumbnails and the videos.
Okay, that's low-key weird as fuck, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, that's for sure a little bit hypocritical. Yeah, for sure, I get it.
What made things significantly worse at the time was the Ava
Tectone says, we were right, guys. You hear that? Tectone says, you know what, guys? You were right about Nox on that one. But guess what, Tectone? We're right about Nox on all of them. And all the ones about you too, buddy.
Ava was a supporter of Shadman, an infamous character online that drew NSFW art, and more notably drew NSFW art of Keemstar's daughter at the time, who was underage, which everyone viewed as fucking disgusting. But after the whole Ava Chris Tyson story, a post was made showing all the creators that are associated with or endorse Shadman, and Nux was listed, where he previously included Shadman's art in his thumbnails, which he did change a few days after the video was released.
Yeah, but that's not even a kid. So like, let's come on here. Let's come on now. Let's come on.
Yeah, but it was like a lolly. It was a lolly. It was a lolly design. It was a lolly piece of lolly art. Okay, you could say the character wasn't a child canonically, but the art was drawn in a lolly style, very blatantly so.
People kept saying that, no, I don't believe you that you changed the thumbnail back to 3 years ago. You probably just changed it right now. Game of Thrones memes are fucked up. Last updated thumbnail.
It wasn't a kid. It wasn't Arya Stark or whatever. It was the older one.
He asked him for a collaboration.
Big dumb.
Where Nux's excuse was he was going to make fun of him.
People are making this as some sort of, I am supporting him and I'm trying my best to become friends with Shadman, this monster, which is fucking stupid. If you know my content at all, I troll confront people in a collab the same way you do. Talking to Keemstar on LOLtown. If you watch my videos, you know that. I don't mind if you hate me, but at least hate me for the right reasons.
True.
At one point, he even had direct contact with Shadman.
Very fair. This is another non-issue.
Videos resurfaced of him talking about the DMs.
I'm trying to make his. Yes, I did get
DMs. Okay, so Nox totally lied about the DMs too.
Stupid. If you know my content at all, I troll confront people in a collab the same way you do. Talking to Keemstar on LOLtown. If you watch my videos, you know that. I don't mind if you hate me, but at least hate me for the right reasons.
True.
At one point, he even had direct contact with Shadman.
Very fair. This is another non-issue.
Videos resurfaced of him talking about the DMs.
I'm trying to make his. Yes, I did get DM'd by Shadman every once in a while. Back in the day, or rarely. I would just wake up.
I hate VTubers. I'm prejudiced against them. I even have a mean, prejudiced word for them, the N-word. Yes, that N-word. Hard R. In front of my kids.
Thank you for the $5, Jimberly. Thank you.
Out of the blue and boom, I have a Shadman DM, and I would literally make fun of him for those DMs later.
These VTubers are untrue.
That's a weird, yeah. And, that's a way to start a sentence. And he
fucking sick
had
of
some
them.
interesting takes on God of War.
You can keep them. I don't think I need to hear them.
Yeah, they're weird. Dude, honestly, that was the weirdest conversation I've ever had in my life.
Hey, I'll be real, man. If you think people are weird for thinking God of War is fuckable, you gotta hate me too, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think God of War is so fucking fine. Straight up. There's no laws against Pokemon, Batman. There's no laws. There's no laws. Hey, man, I'll fuck little pony too.
Bro got the life-size plush on pre-order.
I'd fuck a Pokemon 100% to say I did it. I wouldn't even like that. I mean, I'll fuck a golem just to say I did it, bro. Hell no, who cares?
Like through DMs, I didn't speak to him. Like, voice, but it was the weirdest conversation I've ever had.
And even one video where he says he doesn't want to get him in trouble.
Shadman once, it was the weirdest interaction of my life. Like, that dude, let me actually open up the DMs. Let me see if I can find anything funny he said. Oh my god, actually, I can't even read you most of this. I can't even, oh my god, I literally can't read any of this to you. I really want to show them to you, but I don't want to, like, show you anything that I can't reveal. Like, I don't want to actually get him in trouble. It's just like, yeah.
Nux clarifies he never knew about the Keemstar Shadman thing. Now, it's been unclear if Nux was ever going to actually roast Shadman if he did a video with him, or if he
He absolutely was. He said the same thing to me before. He made a video with me just shitting on him. I thought it was funny as fuck.
Truly didn't know about what Shadman was doing, but the fact he had direct contact with someone like Shadman.
He cited examples where he was not shitting on the people. I doubt he was shitting on you either.
He's still viewed as incriminating, even though in his own words he was just making fun of him. In his response, he also said he regrets a lot of his previous content and the involvement of Lolly in them, and he has always been against Lolly.
It wasn't a review of Lolly content, obviously bad faith. Probably one of the most bad faith ways to twist what actually happened I've ever heard. Now, I have said in the past, and I'll say it again, I do regret making a lot of those old videos.
Totally
I've literally always been against the Lolly. I made old videos where I found, like, crazy hentai,
I've always
and
been
I
against
people for
Lolly.
shock value. These hentai videos are on YouTube also, and I reacted to a YouTube video, being like, this is crazy that this came out of Japan and is literally on YouTube. So, anyway, it was a little little wild. I invited a lot of people to the call. Obviously, no one thought it was weird. People had eyeballs. I mean, everyone thought that the content was weird.
A lot of this controversy just boils down to Nux saying he hated something, but he was involving it in his content and was actively showing it to people, and he also shouldn't have had ties with someone making terrible NSFW art, even if he was going to make fun of him. Now, this is where the controversy stood for some time, but then the post-Nux clarity hit for Mudahar.
Yo, apparently some bronies about to commit suicide on Twitter. What is going on?
A few months later, which, to give him credit, is a good title, but Mudahar made a video basically...
Post-Nux clarity was insane. I'm pretty sure Nux and Mudahar are good now. I could be mistaken. I'm pretty sure they're good. I mean, fucking Nux's profile picture is literally Muda on Twitter, but maybe I'm wrong here.
Saying he was distancing himself from Nux due to some feedback he got from Reddit.
But to go back to it, Nuxtaku is a former collaborator, a former friend of mine, and I mean really a former friend of mine, because some of the stuff that I've seen over here is disgusting enough that I really can't continue a friendship, and I really can't, like, again, excuse some of my behavior watching some of this content.
He said they had no more business relations and they were no longer friends due to things like the Tiger situation, the Shadman situation, and the Lolly involvement, which he had some part.
The Shadman thing was a non-issue. The Lolly shit was weird 100%. And the Tiger shit was, like, it sucks that it happened, but I think it's like the intention that matters. Yeah, I don't really get that big of a deal these days in 2025. What do you guys think?
I just wanted to provide you the
yes, it's the brony Beckett is attacking.
That's the other thing when people say, Tectone, all you do is just listen to what your chat says.
Beckett's driving
I'll be real, like any controversial topic, my fucking chat just doesn't say nothing. Like, straight up. My chat don't know. They'll just sit there just dead-ass quiet, and they'll wait to hear what I say. Like, they don't know. There ain't nobody in my chat ever saying, oh, fuck this, fuck that, fuck you, fuck that. They're just like, ooh, uh-oh, uh-oh. They won't type shit. Better get off my dick with all that fucking bullshit.
Slowly, you know, just on like the off time. This is a collaboration for one of Nux's main channel videos, and at the time, really nobody thought about it. But we should have. It really did blindside me. There was a bias, call it, you know, friendship bias, call it, you know, there was other creators working on it, but really it was something that I was putting up a blind spot to, and I'm not using that as an excuse. I really shouldn't have done that collaboration, and I really shouldn't have watched that content, and if any way contributed to normalizing it.
And he went on to say he didn't know about Nux's content, and he was naive to some of the things he took part in.
Wait, you should play more from those videos?
But in this video, he was basically taking accountability for his involvement, but then deleted the video, citing he was overreacting, and he apologized to Nux, and they are still friends.
That's great. Yeah, I think Mudahar probably just got fucking bullied by a bunch of fucking Redditors on a bad fucking day, and I think that's great that they made up. That's great.
He literally did. That video came out of nowhere. Was there even drama going on at the point that video got made? I felt like it all died down. That video came out of fucking nowhere.
Deleted his video, posted a community post, and then...
Thank God I know this because I really wanted to do another podcast with Nux and Muda, and hopefully I can make that happen again.
Hassan was the cause of Muta's vidom.
Was he really? Yeah, that makes sense.
Called me, and apologized.
Many thought this was
oh yeah, it was Hassan made a comment about
and he did receive a lot of flack
for
this. Many said that wearing the Christian medallion was giving off some gamma radiation and probably skewed his judgment due to this. And many said he was just throwing Nux under the bus, who was supposedly his friend, so he didn't have to deal with the Reddit hate. Mudahar probably should have thought a lot more about this before making the video, but the two of them made up anyway, apparently.
I think it was definitely an L move by Muda. However, I think him apologizing publicly and saying, "Hey, I fucked up," I think that's a very big, I think that's a very big W, to be completely honest.
But the fallout of this video was a lot of the previous stuff being
because I know how many people were going after Muda for this shit. So yeah, I think that's I think he made up for it for sure.
Brought up
the Candrel stuff had been it'd been a little bit since that stuff. I thought. It was only when Hassan brought it up that Muta responded.
Against Nux, and other people like Chud Logic were affected. When
who cares? Why are we talking about Chud Logic? Who cares?
Here we go.
Just get him off my...
Not happy at all. Not happy at all.
Other people like Chud Logic were affected. When
who cares? Why are we talking about Chud Logic? Who cares? Just get him off my screen. How, bro, he's like another Frogan. Like, who the fuck even knows who that is, bro? Who is that? I'm good, man. Just get him off my fucking screen.
It was a pretty rough moment there.
So in conclusion, does Nux deserve the reputation of the most hated VTuber? Looking at all the controversies, he tried to do the right thing.
He's mad that Chud got on the Finny early enough.
And the Jaden Animation thing was just kind of a joke. But due to his own actions, like contradicting himself at times or going back on what he says and taking no accountability, except for sometimes years later, it has led to a lot of people hating him. So yes, he does somewhat deserve that title, mostly due to his past controversies and the public perception of him. But in the present, I predict we probably won't see any more dramas from Nux. I'm probably wrong. Nowadays, dude is just reacting to politics and Adventure Time, and yes, he does get a lot of hate for his political takes, but I'm in no way political or have any knowledge on politics. But yeah.
Here's my opinion. First of all, I thought it was a very great, very fair video. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me.
I
think it's fine if people don't like Nux.
Places.
I think that's completely fine. However, I don't, so I really don't care. That's pretty much it. All right, cool. Like, comment, subscribe. Great. Yeah. It's really
totally worthless commentary.
Nux has a great lore series for 40k. Okay, no. I don't get like comments of
literally, there was like no reaction there. Like, I know I get shtick for fucking reactions, but holy fuck, man. Like, there's like nothing there.
Official gameplay video of Cardathea has been released, but in China, some Bilibili users have started reporting it. One of them is a Hoyo content creator with 584,000 followers. He encouraged his followers to report the video in hopes that it would get flagged and traffic limited. There's a specific reason why he did this. His own video about Yixuan was flagged and traffic limited due to exposed skin around the chest.
There wasn't any more video. No, I think that was it.
I speak for everyone when I say our great sister Arla Cock will be missed. Hope that helps. For anybody, 1,003 years.
Inspiration.
It's lethal.
Let's go through. Let's just skim through here and figure out.
any different. To be honest, I'm only going to get better and better looking the more and more I work out. It's really that easy. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not even worried about it. Holy fuck, my Amaranth video is about to break 100. Does really fast. What's this? Tectone takes a shot at Chud Logic. Who cares? Why are we talking about Chud Logic? He's like another Frogan. Completely honest.
With the fallout of this,
him apologizing publicly and saying, "Hey, I fucked up." I think that's a very big. I think that's a very big W. To be completely honest.
But the fallout of this video was a lot of the previous stuff being
because I know how many people were going after Muda for this shit. So yeah, I think that's I think he made up for it for sure.
Brought up again against Nux, and other people like Chud Logic were affected when.
Who cares? Why are we talking about Chud Logic? Who cares? Just get him off my screen. How, bro? He's like another Frogan. Like, who the fuck even knows who that is, bro? Who is that? I'm good, man. Just get him off my fucking screen.
Yeah, it was pretty...
Am I crazy? Like, who is the... But, like, legit, who the fuck is he?
So he's trying so hard, but you know who this guy is. You know who this guy is. Be serious, like, you're mad because he's making fun of you getting fucking raped by Hassan, your dad raping military officers, and you getting raped.
Who is this guy? Hold up. Twitch tracker. Chud Logic. Doesn't he get, like, 100 viewers or some shit? Like, who is this guy?
Yeah, let's pull up the Twitch. Let's pull up the Twitch.
Viewers.
Yeah,
like,
nice one. Let's pull up the Twitch.
Am I crazy for not knowing a 60 viewer streamer? Who the fuck is that? Who is that? You know what I'm saying though? Like, am I crazy for that? Big on YouTube? Brother, he gets like 10K views on YouTube. What the fuck do you mean he's big on YouTube? Who is this guy? Why are we acting like him not approving of the situation?
Why didn't you show the YouTube channel? Why didn't you show the YouTube channel? It's just 10K views a video, right?
I think he's a bigger YouTuber. He ain't, bro. He's a legit fucking nobody. Like, straight up. Who? All right, Tectone, watch what?
Because LopTubers are apparently ruining his life now.
And
we already reacted to this shit.
We got the rock.
Okay. Hell yeah.
So
let's see it.
So when it comes to Hassan, you've made probably over 20 videos about him, right? And I don't think
in the past 24 hours.
Minecraft is one of the best games of all time.
True. These videos are really fucking long.
Jupiter the Hybrid, TikTok's most horrifying predator.
Oh, God, somebody's gonna watch that.
I feel like this probably ain't what I'm looking for.
Ellen was the goat of daytime.
Yeah, I don't think this is what I'm looking for. Is there any other ones? Decoy voice? Yo, link me some. Put some channels like this shit in the Daily Scramble, bro. Internet versus.
You watching some Connor X8? You watched a bit of Connor X8?
Internet versus Bo Blacks, Minx, and myself. Internet versus Amaranth and her husband. This seems interesting. How's the portrayal?
Disgraced perverted YouTuber Bo Blacks has teamed up with another fallen off content creator Minx in order to who tried to take a swing at Internet Versus. When Minx got done with the bottle she was drinking, she randomly decided to make a cryptic tweet that...
Okay. Well, I can't listen to Techie fake laughing his way through that entire Connor X8 video. Can't stomach that right now. So I'll give that shit a miss. Thank you. Now, I need to ask my friend JSTOK, what is the name of that other bald guy who makes videos about Tectone? Bazookas. So there's some bald fella on YouTube here who does videos about Tectone. So I want to take a look at some of these. So he's got a video here, The Truth About Tectone, Proof Inside. I want to watch this. I want to see what this guy's got to say. Because Tectone comments on like all this guy's videos.
YouTube, my name is Plazookas, and before I start this video, I already know I'm going to get hate. But this is why I have been talking for the past week about this issue. Because nothing of what these content creators say is truthful. Now, by law, by standard business practices, Tectone does not have to reveal any industry secrets. Does not have to disclose anything that is not going to get him in trouble legally. And I'm sure he has lawyers or the contracts that he makes with his companies. It's very clear what he can and cannot say or what he should or should not say. And so we have Yinlin coming out, which will get Wither and Wave's record amounts of players watching the game. And before we watch this video, let me just say,
I get to the point, egghead.
I talked in chat. I had a bunch of people asking
Come on now.
or telling Tectone that I was in the stream. He had a chance to talk to me. And this was after he had already pulled Yinlin. It was when the stream was winding down. And I went and joined the Discord, and I'll get to that in just a second. And there was a point in time in that stream, and listen, if you guys doubt me, I will pull it up at some point, and I'll show you. Okay, I just don't do edits, and it's going to be a little harder to find that. Where he said, I am paying attention to all chats, acknowledging that he could definitely see that I was in the chat. Obviously, I said I was in Discord as well. I went to the nuclear Discord. Technically still in Tectone's Discord, but I won't be that much longer, probably a day or two, and then I'll just leave. And I was just in one of the random channels. It was a nuclear channel.
Yapping.
And going crazy, but everything I know about Gacha is most likely they're going crazy. And it's the fervor that this creates. This man who plays this game free to play, quote unquote. It's the fervor that Hexjuice creates, who's not playing free to play, but still it doesn't matter. It's that entire atmosphere, ecosystem. This ain't Elden Ring. This ain't Zelda Tears of Kingdom, where you don't have microtransactions.
Thanks for sharing.
I have 5, 6. Oh god, built up. And then 1 minute, how much do I have built up? I have.
So, was he claiming to be playing free to play, but he has been outed as purchasing? Is this
5, 6? Oh god.
5, 6. 6 polls into the weapon banner. 10 polls into the character banner. Now, it takes 80 polls, and the percentage of getting it is less than 1%. Or 1.8%, something like that. It's really low.
Oh god, bro.
I hope that's what's happening.
What?
Okay, this
mode, so or I love that Galen's model. I'm gonna keep it crazy trans.
I'm prepared.
I love it. Let's not make that a thing.
We won't be watching this.
I love it.
Yeah, get to the point. Get to the point,
I understand. I don't know the guy, but this is this whole thing that they're trying to do. This is them selling. This is at their peak, right? This is why companies want to part. You know, this is the spectacle. Even reason for it because he only has a limited amount of polls.
Dude, Baldy here needs to work on brevity.
All right, boys, let's pour.
Man.
Watching,
and not only
this is him preparing the audience for what's to come. He knows most likely he's going to get it, and it's going to be fine. It's going to be really hype.
Never
an error because of
in one temple. Imagine in one temple.
Is this one of the women that he's accused of abusing?
In one.
Imagine in one temple. He's got his jacket on. He's got a jacket on. He's got his gold necklace. He's got his cosplayer here. Almost as if this is sponsored.
One temple, please.
Here we go.
Called Best Yinlin in North America.
Watch
First
this.
one.
Watch this.
Ah! Fuck! Okay. Let me get alto. Let me get alto. Alto or alto.
I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm not done.
You're my good luck.
That's what
Wait, Yinlin.
Wait, what?
Let's go!
What?
Let's go!
That's it.
Let's go!
That's 30 polls. That's
Go
30
today!
polls.
Go today! Go today! It's not easy, baby! Hey, good shit, homie, good shit.
This is disgusting. This is disgusting. This is deplorable.
Let's go. There we go.
This is
Now
exactly
he's
what
talking
I'm talking
sense.
about
This is awesome.
when I talk about free-to-play gacha players. 21,000 subs for this guy. He doesn't have to even do this. This is not something he has to do anymore. Just so happened to have a cosplayer that's dressed up as Yinlin. Just so happened to be wearing a white coat. All the tactics. All of the grandeur.
He's selling gambling to kids. True.
Bro, she's so hot.
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Hyping her up, saying how hot she is. Throughout this stream, he continues to look at her. He continues to spin her around, joggle at all of the goodies and stuff like that.
Deplorable.
Free to play guy, you know? Free to play.
I'm not done. I'm not done.
You're my good luck charm.
I believe.
Let's go! Let's go! Good shit! Holy fuck! Holy fuck!
Yeah.
I got so lucky.
Yeah, it's not lucky. It's rigged. Okay? And this is what I'm talking about. So he reacted to my video and said he doesn't know anybody, and if there's any people that are scummy or whatever else, he'd call out. Okay? This speaks for itself. There's no evidence that I need other than this.
Dude, that's insane! Good shit on me.
How? It's simple. And listen, I'm not going to get into any more of this. I'm not going to.
He rigged it. He rigged the pulls. Well, let's see if he's got anything else here. Yeah, he's pumping out Tectone content. He thinks Hassan, Tectone, and Frogan should all be banned. And Aspen, base. Let's go. We love consistency. We love consistency here. Okay, one moment. So I think there's two things we can try.
All right, Chad, good morning.
We can first watch this stream, I think. We can take a look at some of this stream. He talks about why he took a day off. Probably crashed out about Hassan for several hours. And we can possibly watch Chud's coverage and try and figure out what upset Tectone so much about it. Get Chud on stream for comment. He's probably not awake. It's his fucking day off. It's 1 AM. On the off chance he's listening to this, send me a message and jump on. But I doubt he is.
Hey, orange guy. You know sit, buddy? Orange man. Orange one. There you go, bud. I sit right here, buddy. You got it? Here, go like this.
He's on Warzone, be real.
You go like, yeah, right there. There you go. Good morning, boys. Give me a second to set up, and then we should be good to go. Just give me a moment. We got a lot of pings to send out. Okay, that's good.
Yo.
Give me 1 second. I'm using a new phone. This might take me a little bit. I got to figure out how to do this. Okay, is that all good over there? Yeah. That's all good there. Okay, that's porn. Yep, gotta not have that. Yep, okay. Okay, good there. This.
Yo, Nicandro, send me that.
Seems good. Okay, do I have any deliverables to do today? Let's see. Are we good?
Yeah, Chud's up late at night, browsing D, browsing GIF. Dissy Hypno captions.
What is my password to my portal? Okay.
How you doing, Techie?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
Where's Agent N's Twitter?
Oh,
I like anytime. I literally, dude. I can't say Nick Andros anymore. I can, obviously I can, but it's so tempting to go. You know. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean, right?
The streamer who has said the worst. Hassan is the streamer who has said the worst shit that gets away with everything. You want to know why? Because people think he's dreamy. Yep. And you know that's the truth. Listen, man, if Hassan went live and he was looking like Chud Logic and he said all this dumbass shit, he would be banned immediately. Hassan.
So he's just like referencing Chud 3 months ago. Also, Chud says way worse shit than Hassan. Saying he's on Twitch. So, I mean, this just isn't true. First of all.
Okay. Easy. Okay. Yo, Chad, I got a sponsor to smoke weed on stream.
26 months holy.
No idea who he is, though, guys. No idea who Chud is, though. No idea who he is. Who is he?
To smoke weed on stream and play Schedule 1 for 2 hours. For 2 hours. Smoke weed and play Schedule 1 for 2 hours. One night in the Mr. Beast Forest. Well, actually, a little bit more than one night in the Mr. Beast Forest. Bro, that could be huge. Ethereal Restart wants me again, too. They wanted me to see more of the game. And honestly, I'll be real, I kind of... Don't tell them I was going to play more for free. Because honestly, I don't even remember playing the game because I was so fucking angry. So, that works out great for me, too. So, hell yeah. Good, good, good. Let me check. What is that? YouTube ping? Okay. This guy made... Legit. You guys already know this. When I showed you guys this video, I never even showed it. By the way, I saw that Cartethia was released for the... it's going to be all over. Discontent content creator of all time. I want to tell you oh, no, I'm not going to get into it. I hope it wasn't too sad without me. Did you guys watch any streamers in my, what, did you guys watch anybody? Asmon? Good. Love Asmon. Weetard? Great. Back. There were pretty rough days off, I'm not going to lie. A lot of you guys might know.
Here we go.
Well.
So Hassan literally, you can cope about Hassan how much you want. You can say he sucks, whatever. Hassan made this guy break down into tears. Talk about his rape extensively. Not the rape extensively, but really put emphasis on the fact he got raped. Spill every embarrassing and traumatic detail of his childhood. Disavow his dad. I don't know what else. And then he spent hours saying how it doesn't affect him and how he doesn't care and how no one can touch him. And then he took, multiple days off where he was having a depressive episode. Bro, you're totally raped. You're done. Hassan owns you.
I mean, I guess we can just talk about it, to be honest. Yeah, 2 days ago was pretty rough for me, I'm not going to lie. Cried like a bitch. I did. I cried like a bitch. I cried for like 20, I think it was 20 minutes straight. As you guys know, my best friend and roommate, Leroux, this guy right up here, he moved out. You guys might not know him. A lot of people on my Twitch and YouTube, like YouTube streams know him, but a lot of people don't know who this guy is. But Leroux's been my best friend for years now. One of the most consistent people in my life, but him moving out was a combination of a lot of things. The biggest one is that his family isn't really in that good of a spot. And so he needed to go back and like help support them during their time of need, which is just like, that's a very noble thing to do. But also, him and I's relationship became pretty bad. The problem with our dynamic is that when I first met this guy, it was like 5.5 years ago. I think he was like 18 when we first started talking. We were playing Among Us together. And we played Among Us every day.
Hassan is so effective, man. He needs to stop worrying about optics and just fucking humiliate people more often. They're trying to get Hassan banned from Twitch. They don't... Truly, they fear the post-Twitch ban Hassan. Imagine Hassan without the constraints of Twitch TOS.
For a year and a half.
Completely unchanged.
Divorced,
not just given some leniency.
I'm lonely as fuck. You want to come live with me?
He's been saying... He saw like 3 people kill themselves in the last like day I've seen. He's had Tectone off on holiday for like half the week.
One of my mods at this time, because we met in the Discord, we played Among Us together, I made him my mod. He was in every single stream. He's like, oh yeah, sure, I'll come move in right now. Gets on his motorcycle and drives 26 straight hours, and then he lives with me for free for like 2.5 years. Things were great. Things were good. But a lot of bad precedents were being set up from the get-go. Because the reason why our relationship got bad was that, I don't know when it happened, but eventually I started treating him like my son and not my friend. And I don't think that's necessarily too healthy of a relationship, to be completely honest. I legit saw him as my kid. You know what I mean? And it's like, he's a grown-ass adult. But like, I think because I wanted the kid so bad that I think that like, I just saw him as something to take care of. And so, I would get him everything he wanted, make sure he was fed and watered for a while, and that he had shelter. But then he realized, wait a minute, this isn't good. Like, this isn't healthy. And so he told me, John, I don't want your help with anything. Like, let me stand on my own 2 feet. And I'm like, all right. And so for 7 months, I shit you not, this guy would just not eat for days.
Love their work. Keep going.
Because he had no fucking money. He had no fucking money.
Dude.
Right? And he tried to make it as a Twitch streamer, but it was really hard to balance out because, well, unfortunately, we lived in a house with this one person who made it pretty hard for anybody in this house to be, like, happy. And I'm going to pause the music for this part.
Right, it must be so... Dude, okay. I'm like, my schizo tendrils were, like, feeling around in this story, trying to figure out exactly what's happening. But no, I'm starting to get the sense. I'm starting to see the sense. There's a very bad environment in this house. There is a very bad environment in this house, a very bad vibe, some very bad dynamics in this house. I'm seeing this. I'm seeing this. Immediately, he's starting to blame his ex for being the sole problem. Yet it seems this problem has persisted past her leaving. There is a guy, he's moved into his house, treated like his child. He hasn't gotten a job. He failed to make it at streaming. And Tectone, I'm guessing, my sense, and now if I was gonna, like, let's imagine a world. Let's imagine a world where Tectone is some crazy piece of shit abuser who treats everyone in his life awfully. Let's imagine a world where that's who Tectone is, the type of guy Tectone is. That story would very easily map on to quite a controlling situation. Now, I'm not saying that is the case, of course, but I'm saying if you stepped into a world where you could know that Tectone was a horrible, abusive, psychotic piece of shit, that story would fit perfectly within that world. It would make total sense. But let's carry on.
This isn't healthy. And so he told me, John, I don't want your help with anything.
Yeah, you got your theory of mind
on my own
here.
2
Okay,
feet.
guys.
And I'm like, all right. And so for 7 months, I shit you not, this guy would just not eat for days.
Love their work. Keep going.
Because he had no fucking money. He had no fucking money, right? And he tried to make it as a Twitch streamer, but it was really hard to balance out because, well, unfortunately, we lived in a house with this one person who made it pretty hard for anybody in this house to be, like, happy. And I'm going to pause the music for this part because this is kind of where our relationship kind of got a little bit messy. Because we lived with this person in our house that would just complain and cry and bitch and moan 24/7, who would go after me for who I was friends with, constantly complain about LaRoe. And I'll be real, her complaining just got me to not like him for like 2 weeks. I was just...
Right.
I just wanted to...
She was the sole problem. His ex, you don't understand, guys. His ex was the sole problem, making everything bad in his life. Let's hear more about
bitching
this.
to stop. I just wanted the bitching to stop. And eventually it got me to be like upset with LaRoe, which is a feeling I've never felt toward him before. And we talked it out and we got through it, but man, that was fucking rough. And I think we really needed space after that, but we never got it. We never got space. And man, I don't even want to tell that guy's truth. I don't want to tell that guy's perspective on things, but it was so bad. It was so fucking bad. Maybe I'll make a YouTube video one day talking about my experience with Tectone.
So this is priming. This is hard priming. This is like, guys, this went really poorly. This guy's now out of the house, out of my control. I don't know what's going to happen from here. Okay. Interesting. Now, I'm not saying he is a psychotic abuser, piece of shit. Obviously, I would not suggest that. However, it certainly sounds like, despite him saying that his ex was the sole cause of the problems, the issues did persist past her leaving. Because he said, we needed space, but we didn't get it. It was bad. It was rough.
He made a Twitter post, which, you know, I'll read to you guys. I already miss this guy, man. I already miss this guy so much. I really do. Oh God, why can I not find his Twitter page? It's 'cause his name is so
comfy.
His name is so goofy. Is it like Adam LaRoe? Do any of you guys know LaRoe's Twitter? Straight up, dude, I cannot find it. Check your replies. Yeah, can you just link me it? Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, Sokuba. Yeah, so he put out a post, but I want to get through this real quick. So we eventually got that chick out of our life. And that was really good. And things were really great for a little bit. But then he got a job. And man, when this dude had an opportunity to make money, bro worked his ass off. Bro was working like 12, 13 hours a day, got promoted. Who the chick? That's Pink. Bro got promoted like 2 times in like 2 months. Bro was fucking...
Do we think you read the books behind him? Yes, they are not books. That is manga. That is Japanese manga. CJ Brown. Now, guys, I haven't showed in a while, so I'm going to do that quickly. Guys, you got 470 people watching. 118 likes on the stream. almost 300 people, 350 people, would mind please move their cursor to thumbs up and clicking it or pressing a thumbs up on your mobile device. That'd be hugely appreciated. Now, if you want to take your support one step further, you can donate directly through a stream elements link in the pinned chat message. You can also buy a membership to the channel, gift a membership to the channel, gift a whole bunch of memberships randomly throughout the chat, buy a super chat which will highlight a message and read on TTS, or buy a super sticker, which is a YouTube image or GIF that we highlight in chat, and I'll describe it to you. You can go to discord.gg/Kuihman, twitter.com/Kuihman, or reddit.com/r/Kuihman. Also, guys, you can now watch on twitch.tv/Kuihman every day. We multi-stream there or on YouTube. Also, guys, huge push right now. Active engagement. We love active engagement with content, okay? So, ABC, always be clipping. There's a clipping guide on the subreddit. And also, post like hell. Okay, guys? Run the Twitter account. Post on Reddit. Post in Discord. Share content around. Clip stuff and share it around. Okay, very important you be doing this. Super important. The people you hate most fear you talking your shit on Twitter, on x.com, okay? That's what they hate. They hate more than anything. They want to stop it right now. They're trying to stop it. They don't want you doing that. Okay, thank you guys. So we're going to carry on with the video now.
Fucking owning, bro. Bro was fucking owning, but I think somewhere along the line, when you live in Austin, Texas, yo, Mr. Pokey! Mr. Pokey, thank you. And by the way, editor, when I turn off the music, make sure to put on other music in the background that's like deep and heartfelt and like kind of like emotional. I just can't handle music right now. That doesn't mean that I don't want music in my videos. As a note going forward, editor, I would like you to put music in all of my videos. So I hope that you're watching this and you'll do it. Like preferably like soundtracks from like Claire Obscure or like Skyrim or Oblivion, or talk to the other editors for really good OST, but I would really just like a nice soft OST playing in the background. I should probably DM you that, but I'm already here, so I'm just gonna tell you that now. Cut, you know, like make me sound like I'm really on top of things. But yeah, he got a job, he worked his ass off, he started making hella money, and I remember something I never realized, which was for about a year, he stopped going out with us anywhere because he started feeling like ashamed of us having money and him not having money. But when he got money again and he started coming out, it was really nice. But in the Austin area, I'm just going to be real. People majorly do not give a fuck about you at all unless you can do something for you. Yeah, unless you can do something for them or you can get them somewhere, they're going to treat you like a second or third class citizen. It's the truth. I mean, it's to a point where like people will invite, and this is what really upset him, people would invite Leroux out places, and then when he would show up, they would say, why didn't you bring Tectone? And then they would just ignore him. Which is insane. And that's not just a thing for Leroux. That's something to my other friends as well, where people will just try to use you for your connections. And the thing is, Leroux is one of the best people that I've ever met in my whole life. And unfortunately, you know, Austin area is really like who you know. It is. It's a place of who you know, a place where people will stab you in the back, a place where no one is willing to even give you a molecule of benefit of the doubt if it means jeopardizing any aspect of any career for a slight inconvenience. They will cut you off. They will forget that you exist. They do not give a fuck about you unless you can benefit and further their career. Now, the good news is I actually sat in a room with 3 of my friends the other day, and I shit you not, we just wrote on this board every person in Austin who absolutely, where is that? Okay. We wrote a board on Austin people who actually don't suck dick, right? And we were dooming really hard. But after we wrote out the whole board, I would like to say there's at least 23 to 24 people who are actually pretty good people, right? And that's a pretty good amount. That's a pretty good amount. I would like to go on record saying NMP is on that list. Okay, that guy's getting a lot of shit right now. I genuinely believe NMP is a great guy. Right? I know everybody else is like, oh, I don't want to talk about it.
It's just so sick how they all look out for each other, isn't it? It's just so gross. Right, he's being accused of financial abuse right now, you fucking retard. Why don't you let the court figure it out?
Controversy. I don't care. Straight up, I don't care. I think Nick's a great-ass dude. I think Asmon's a great-ass dude. And I know what a lot of people like to do is whenever people go into controversy, they just pretend like you don't exist no more. I think they're great fucking people, and I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Straight up. I don't. Yep. That's a thing that people don't have down here, man. It's fucking pathetic. It is. But that's okay. Anyways, it's a pretty hard place to be in Austin when you're not a content creator, when you're not blowing up, when you can't offer people collabs and financial motivation. But anyways, Leroy put out his post, which I want to read to you guys, which is, been a minute since y'all seen me. Warning, Yapfest below. Tectone sexually assaulted me. Oh, minute since y'all seen me. Warning, Yapfest below. Tectone sexually assaulted me. Oh, man. Yep. You know how it goes, man. Yep. I be getting everybody, bro. Yep. They called my dad LeBron James of rape. So I guess I'm like the Max Verstappen of sexual assault. Yeah. So yeah, we have this joke because it's insane how there's like a good like 8 to 10 people who have already said he didn't do it. We know he didn't do it. We were there when they said it happened. That never happened. They say there's a third girl. They don't exist. They don't realize that the entirety of, well, a large portion of my house is fucking filmed on the inside. I have security cameras on the inside. That's how fucking paranoid I am. And the amount of dumbass bitches who try to cause me issues, and it's like, there's like an army of OnlyFans girls right now that are just like, oh yeah, let me help you with everything. Please click the link in my bio. It's the most pathetic shit you'll ever see. And, yeah, it's pretty much just making my life really hard. So
there's an army of women conspiring against me, making up completely false stories, and I'm making myself look retarded by spazzing out about it every couple months and saying more and more deranged and nonsensical stuff in response to it, because I'm just I'm so innocent. I just can't even explain it to you guys.
Friends know that we're good because they were there. And so, you know, I'm not going to lie. The things they call me behind closed doors, the jokes that are told behind closed doors are hilarious, to be honest. And that's why this shit doesn't really affect me that much. But yeah, it's been a wild ride. And pretty much all of my homies, and myself included, are just like, all right, because I'm telling you, when I get exonerated, I'm going nuclear. I'm just being straight up. I am counting the days, bro. I fantasize.
Exonerated.
I fucking fantasize about getting the report that says your case has been indefinitely suspended. Because you can't get these cases closed, by the way. Fun fact. Fun fact. I don't know if you guys know that. You can't get these cases closed. And people are going to say, oh, well, the case isn't closed. It's suspended. You cannot close these cases. The best you can get is indefinitely suspended. That's the best you can get. Straight. You can Google that, by the way. You can Google that. So I am praying to God I get that to happen. Why? Because SA is a thing where you don't need any proof to get someone convicted. That's the truth, by the way. It's the only crime where you don't need proof to get someone convicted. And maybe I'm a little bit wrong about this. Someone can feel free to correct me. This is just what I believe I've been told by my lawyers, which for some reason people think I don't have. I have 3 of them. I don't know why people think I don't have lawyers. Well, no. 3, and I'm about to get a 4th. Yeah, I don't know why people don't think I have a lawyer. I don't know why they say that. But yeah, anyways, have you watched Cartel the Gameplay? No, I haven't got there yet. But yeah, 3, yeah, of course.
Very
one
interesting.
Team, and the other one's kind of like one where he helped for online issues, but he doesn't have any jurisdiction in Texas. So now I'm taking another one for another specific issue with the same person I'm having to hopefully speed things along. But we'll see. But yeah, the jokes are told behind closed doors. This shit is hilarious. But when justice is served, and I do believe that justice will be served, it's going to be great. And I'm very, very, very excited. And shame on every... Oh, my God. I had a phone call with somebody the other day. Okay. I had a phone call with somebody the other day. This is a real story. This is a real story. I had a phone call with this guy. And he was a friend of both of ours. He was a friend of both of ours. Both of us. Right? Between me and the other person. You guys know what I'm talking about. And I didn't want to reach out to anybody because it's traumatic what I went through. It's fucking traumatic. It's horrible. And I wish this upon not even my worst enemies. It's fucking terrible. But I didn't really want to talk about it to anybody. And so this person went to go hear their side, but they never went out to hear my side. And then I hear rumblings of them saying, well, they never talked to me. They never talked to me. So what am I supposed to think? So I was like, okay, fuck it. I'll give him a call. I give him a call, and TLDR of this conversation, this guy asked me for proof. And I said, okay, I can actually provide proof. And you guys have all seen this already. When all this shit started happening, there was them claiming that I put an NDA on someone to where they can't talk about it. And if you guys don't know, there's this thing called the Speak Out Act, which means, and I'll just show you here, a Speak Out Act is an act of Congress which prevents the enforcement of non-disclosure agreements and incidents of sexual assault and harassment. What that means, in case you can't read plain English, is that that's something legally that you cannot do. And it's a lie. You legally cannot do that, right? That was made up. It's fabricated. That doesn't exist. You cannot do that. And so I say, okay, well, there's me catching them in one literal legal impossibility right there. And they said, yeah, that's true. And I shit you not. They said, But I've already kind of like been thinking about you this way for 4 months. So to be honest, I just kind of just don't fuck with you anymore. And I'm just like, okay.
So, okay. That, obviously there's something that's not right about that clearly. But that doesn't exonerate you. Showing that lie does not exonerate you. That's fucking retarded.
So let me get this
If it's even a lie. Like, I actually don't know what the original statement was. I don't know what they're saying. They've got an NDA regarding. But, like, that wouldn't be dispositive of you being a rapist anyway, dude.
Right. So because you believed a lie for 4 months, you just never want to talk to me again. Okay. And that's what people don't understand about this situation, is no matter what happens, I've lost so much, it's crazy. But I'm hoping the vindication arc is going to be worth it. That's actually gross. Trust me, I absolutely agree. Now let's keep going here. Let's keep going here. I moved out a bit ago. I haven't seen my family except for short trips in a while, so I'd like to move near them so I can connect more. I'm so blessed in life and truly think I'm one of the luckiest people on earth. Overall, this has been my favorite arc in life. I changed so much and made so many good friends I'll cherish for life. I have my family, my blood, and now I do the family I chose. I'm goddamn so blessed. I love this guy so much. I came here originally to help Techie out and to seek a new path in life. I made some mistakes, regretted being a hoeless bum for a long time. I remember there was this girl. There was this girl maybe like a year and a half ago. And she would just come over to hang out with Laurel. Laurel had a thing for her. And her personality was just about as entertaining as a fucking wet paper bag. Right?
This guy sucks.
I considered him like a good friend. Because like our personalities think like that. 180 and be healthy as well. Laurel at 180 would be insane. He's at 140 right now. And yeah,
he's
when
crying
left,
again.
Like, I'm really sad. I really wanted to talk to him more, but you guys were always being around. If I didn't include you, it's because I don't like you. He wrote that as a joke, but that's the truth. Straight up, if you aren't on that list, he don't fuck with you at all. At all. And I love the fact that he wrote this. Thanks, Shy Lily, Twitch, and Silvervale for merely existing to the water park. It was great.
I mean, your friend just seems kind of like a loser. I can't lie. Okay.
All on the, I know. A few weeks. 5 turns on how much you've.
Oh yeah, there's some shit going on with Cash at the moment as well, apparently.
What does a gold lattice mean?
Bin Laden's presence in Pakistan.